The slap echoed through the dimly lit marketplace, freezing everyone in place. Bowls of yogurt nearly slipped from stunned hands as Mama Kelechi and her rival Chidinma stood face to face, breathing heavily. "You thief!" Chidinma spat, her jeweled fingers trembling with rage. "You stole my secret, my business, my life." Mama Kelechi adjusted her headscarf, eyes burning with defiance. "I did nothing but give the people what they wanted. If your yogurt was truly the best, they wouldn't be running to me." Gasps rippled through the gathered crowd. This wasn't just a simple business rivalry anymore. It was war. Kalenda Market had never seen such a fierce competition. Mama Kelechi had built her empire from the ground up, selling her unique yogurt made from breast milk, claiming it was the purest and healthiest form of nutrition. Her customers swore by it, and her sales skyrocketed. But Chidinma had been the undisputed queen of dairy products for years. She ran the largest yogurt and dairy stall in the market, her brand recognized across the city. At first, she had dismissed Mama Kelechi as just another small-time trader. Then, the shift happened. Schoolchildren lined up at Mama Kelechi's stall, their parents following suit. Whispers spread about how her yogurt gave energy, cured stomach issues, and even improved focus. Chidinma watched in horror as her loyal customers abandoned her for the woman she had once called a friend. But she wasn't going down without a fight. One evening, as Mama Kelechi closed her shop, she noticed something off. A strange, sour smell lingered in the air. She rushed to her yogurt storage, only to find her entire batch ruined. Buckets had been knocked over, lids left open. Sabotage. Her hands clenched into fists. She knew exactly who was behind this. The next day, Chidinma's yogurt stand offered free samples, with banners reading, "The only trusted yogurt in Lagos. Safe, certified, and delicious." It was a direct attack, a clear message that Mama Kelechi's business was a fraud. Mama Kelechi was furious, but she was no fool. She wouldn't play by Chidinma's rules. She had a plan, one that would shake the entire market and prove once and for all who the real yogurt queen was. Mama Kelechi knew she had to act fast. The sabotage had set her back, but she wasn't going to let it ruin her. That night, she worked tirelessly, preparing a fresh batch of her special yogurt. But this time, she went a step further. She made it richer, thicker, and infused it with flavors no one had ever tasted before. The next morning, she arrived at the market before dawn. By the time the first customers trickled in, her stall was already the center of attention. She handed out free samples with a confident smile, and as people tasted the new yogurt, their eyes lit up with surprise and delight. "I've never tasted anything like this before," one customer marveled. "Better than any yogurt I've ever had," another said, loudly enough for Chidinma to hear. Chidinma stood at her stall, her jaw tightening. Mama Kelechi had turned the tables on her, and she wasn't going to let it slide. If Chidinma couldn't beat Mama Kelechi with flavor, she would use something far more powerful: fear. The following week, whispers began spreading in the market. A woman had fallen sick after eating Mama Kelechi's yogurt. Another claimed that a child had developed a strange rash. The rumors spread like wildfire, and soon, customers hesitated before stepping up to Mama Kelechi's stall. Business slowed. Some loyal customers stayed, but others, afraid of the unknown, drifted back to Chidinma's stand. Mama Kelechi suspected foul play, but she had no proof. Until she did. A young boy, one of her regular customers, approached her stall, glancing around nervously before whispering, "My aunt works for Chidinma. She said they started the rumors to stop people from buying from you." Mama Kelechi felt her blood boil. It was one thing to sabotage her yogurt, but to ruin her reputation with lies? This meant war. Mama Kelechi needed to expose Chidinma's schemes, and she needed to do it publicly. She devised a plan. She called in a favor from an old friend, a journalist from a popular newspaper. Together, they orchestrated a sting operation. She pretended to close shop early one evening, leaving her stall seemingly unattended. Hidden cameras were placed strategically. At exactly midnight, shadows moved in the darkness. 2 men, hired by Chidinma, snuck into Mama Kelechi's storage area, carrying small bags filled with white powder, something meant to contaminate her yogurt. The cameras captured everything. The next morning, Mama Kelechi didn't just reopen her shop. She went straight to the press. By midday, a breaking news article was circulating online. War in the market, a yogurt queen's darkest secret. The article exposed Chidinma's sabotage attempts, the paid men who tried to contaminate Mama Kelechi's products, and the rumors she had spread. Video footage was included, leaving no room for doubt. The backlash was immediate. Customers turned on Chidinma, demanding answers. Market officials got involved, questioning her practices. Some even called for her stand to be shut down. Chidinma, once the queen of dairy, now stood on the edge of ruin. But Mama Kelechi wasn't celebrating just yet. She knew her rival wasn't one to go down quietly. And if she had learned anything from this battle, it was that the worst was yet to come. The war was far from over. With reputations on the line, Mama Kelechi and Chidinma were about to take their rivalry to the next level. And this time, there would be no rules. Mama Kelechi had barely slept in days. Her victory over Chidinma felt hollow, knowing her rival wasn't one to accept defeat easily. And she was right. One night, as the market lay silent, a scream shattered the air. Mama Kelechi rushed outside to see her shop engulfed in flames. The fire licked at the wooden stalls, devouring everything in its path. The scent of burning milk filled the air as traders rushed with buckets of water, but it was too late. Her entire stock, her life's work, was reduced to ashes. Tears streamed down Mama Kelechi's face as she clutched her chest. This was no accident. She turned and saw, just beyond the flickering flames, the silhouette of a woman standing still, Chidinma. Their eyes locked, and in that moment, Mama Kelechi knew. The war had escalated beyond business. It was now personal. The next morning, as Mama Kelechi stood among the charred remains of her shop, a sleek black car pulled up beside her. The tinted window rolled down, revealing a man in a crisp suit. "My boss wishes to speak with you," he said, handing her a card. Mama Kelechi hesitated. The name on the card made her blood run cold. Chief Adewale Balogun, a notorious businessman known for his ruthless dealings in the food industry. He owned the biggest dairy farms in the region and had strong political connections. Inside a luxurious office, Chief Adewale sipped his coffee and smiled. "Mama Kelechi, I admire your tenacity. You've built something remarkable, and I want to make you an offer." He leaned forward. "Work for me. I'll rebuild your shop, expand your business, and make sure Chidinma never troubles you again." Mama Kelechi narrowed her eyes. "And what do you want in return?" Chief Adewale's smile darkened. "Your secret. The real reason your yogurt is special." Mama Kelechi felt a chill crawl up her spine. She had always guarded her recipe fiercely. If she handed it over, she would lose control of her legacy. But if she refused, she might lose everything. Mama Kelechi declined the offer, knowing she couldn't trust Chief Adewale. But the war was far from over. Days later, as she struggled to rebuild her business, she noticed something disturbing. Her most loyal employee, Tolu, had disappeared. He had been with her since the beginning, helping her mix the yogurt, managing sales, and keeping her secret safe. Then, the unthinkable happened. Chidinma launched a new product, one that tasted eerily similar to Mama Kelechi's yogurt. Heart-pounding, Mama Kelechi bought a sample and tasted it. The flavor, the texture, it was identical. Only one person had known her exact recipe. Tolu. He had betrayed her. Anger and heartbreak consumed her. She had trained him, trusted him, and now, he had handed her secret to the enemy. But why? The answer came in the form of a news report. Tolu had been spotted leaving Chief Adewale's office just days before. Mama Kelechi clenched her fists. This was no longer just a fight between her and Chidinma. Bigger players had entered the game, and she was surrounded by enemies on all sides. With nothing left to lose, Mama Kelechi made her move. She called a press conference in the heart of the marketplace, inviting reporters, traders, and even government health inspectors. Standing before the crowd, she unveiled a shocking revelation. For years, I have sold my yogurt with pride, knowing it is pure and beneficial. But now, a certain competitor has stolen my formula, and I have proof. She presented documentation. Hidden cameras had captured Tolu sneaking into Chidinma's warehouse, handing over handwritten notes and instructions. It was undeniable evidence of theft. The marketplace erupted into chaos. Traders who had once doubted Mama Kelechi now saw the truth. Chidinma's reputation crumbled before her eyes. But Mama Kelechi wasn't done yet. I have been attacked, sabotaged, and betrayed, she continued, her voice unwavering. But I refuse to be silenced. And to those who think they can buy or steal what I have built, I have one message: I am not done yet. The crowd cheered. Reporters broadcasted her defiant stance across the country. Customers swarmed her stall, eager to support her fight. Meanwhile, in the shadows, Chief Adewale watched with cold eyes. He had underestimated Mama Kelechi once, but he wouldn't make that mistake again. The war wasn't over. It was only just beginning. The milk wars had reached a boiling point. With new enemies emerging, Mama Kelechi would need to fight harder than ever to protect her empire. But as the battle escalated, one question remained. Just how far was she willing to go to win? The market was buzzing with excitement and anger. Mama Kelechi's defiant stand had turned the tide in her favor, but she knew Chief Adewale wasn't finished. He was a man who played the long game, and she could feel the weight of his next move looming over her. Her instincts were right. The very next day, health inspectors stormed her stall, shutting it down on allegations of unapproved dairy production. Officials confiscated her yogurt, claiming it was unsafe for consumption. Customers screamed in protest, but the damage was done. Mama Kelechi clenched her fists. This was no coincidence. Chief Adewale had bought the system against her. But the worst part came that evening. As she sat in her small home, exhausted and defeated, there was a knock at the door. When she opened it, Tolu stood there, his face drenched in sweat and fear. "Mama, I didn't know what I was getting into," he whispered. "Chief Adewale, he doesn't just want your business. He wants you gone." Mama Kelechi's heart pounded. "Gone?" Tolu nodded frantically. He bribed the inspectors, but that's just the start. He's planning something bigger. You have to leave Lagos. But Mama Kelechi wasn't a woman who ran from a fight. With her shop closed and her business on the brink of collapse, Mama Kelechi did the unthinkable. She went to Chief Adewale's headquarters. Dressed in her finest ankara, she walked into the towering glass building, past security guards who hesitated at her boldness. When she reached his office, she didn't wait for an invitation. She pushed the doors open and stepped inside. Chief Adewale smiled, sipping his wine. "Ah, Mama Kelechi. I wondered how long it would take before you came to beg." She folded her arms. "I didn't come to beg. I came to negotiate." Chief Adewale chuckled. "Negotiate? After all I've done? You have no business left. No customers, no stall. You're finished." Mama Kelechi leaned forward. "But you made one mistake. You underestimated the people." As if on cue, a loud commotion erupted outside. Chief Adewale frowned, walking toward the window. Below, a massive crowd had gathered, market traders, mothers, students, journalists, all chanting Mama Kelechi's name. The news of her shutdown had spread across the city, and the people had risen in her defense. Chief Adewale's face darkened. For the first time, he realized he had lost control of the narrative. Mama Kelechi's voice was calm but firm. "You can bribe officials, but you can't buy the hearts of the people. Now, we settle this properly. If my yogurt is truly unsafe, prove it. Let independent health officials test it. Let the people decide." Chief Adewale's jaw tightened. He had backed her into a corner, but she had turned the entire city against him. He had no choice but to agree, or risk his entire empire crumbling under the weight of public scrutiny. 1 week later, The results came in. Mama Kalechi's yogurt was declared unsafe, and she was sentenced to 5 years imprisonment for endangering the health of the public by selling her own breast milk as yogurt, and her shop was temporarily closed by the government. And Chidinma reportedly disappeared from the marketplace in disgrace. As for Chief Adewale, the pressure from the public forced him to abandon his plans. He was charged with bribery and victimization. Dear viewers, if you enjoyed the story, please subscribe to this channel for more amazing and must-watch videos of this kind, and also as a support to still do more. Share your thought in the comment section. Don't forget to turn on notifications for more inspiring tales. Stay safe, stay healthy and stay blessed. And thank you for your unwavering support.